Namaskaram. In Mahabharatam, we are on the story of Nala and Damayanti. We are somewhere in the middle. Nala had left Damayanti in the forest right in the middle of night when Damayanti was asleep. Nala tore half her cloth for himself because his cloth was taken away by the birds. Nala tried to catch some birds for food, but they flew away with his cloth. So he was naked, but he wanted to leave Damayanti, hoping that when left alone, Damayanti might try to reach her father's palace and thereby save herself. His intention was good, but Damayanti's condition was very pitiable, very sad, because she was left alone in a deep forest at night with no one to take care of her. And we said somehow she reached the Chedi kingdom, where she reached claiming herself to be a maid. She had served many queens and rich women. That's what she said. So she continued living there. And Nala, after leaving Damayanti, we left somewhere there. He found a wildfire, smoke coming out, and he heard a wail, someone crying, calling Nala by name. So Nala went there, and Nala had the blessing from Agni, the god of fire, that fire will not affect Nala. So he went near, and there he found Karkotaka trapped in the fire. So Nala extended a stick and saved it, but to his shock, the first thing Karkotaka did was to bite Nala. And when Nala asked in shock, Karkotaka said, "Look, my poison will not affect you. It will kill the Kali which is haunting you, which is inside you. The Kali will soon die. It will leave your body. So your mind will be as before. Now you are affected by Kali. And now you are disfigured. You are dark in complexion. You are short with stunted hands and feet. So it will be easy for you to hide wherever you want. But when you want to recover your former shape and appearance, you take this cloth." Karkotaka gave him a cloth, and wear this, then you will become the old Nala. So saying, Karkotaka left. Nala then, Karkotaka also asked Nala to go to Ayodhya, where King Rituparna was ruling, and said, "Go to Rituparna, you are good with horses, tell him that, and he will accept you as his charioteer. And then you will find Damayanti again." So saying, Karkotaka left, and Nala started walking towards Ayodhya. He had no chariots because everything was lost to his brother. Pushkara, his brother Pushkara. So Nala had to walk. He walked all the way, and after 10 days he reached Ayodhya. He claimed himself that I am Bahuka, I am a charioteer, I am very good with horses. In fact, the science called Ashwa Hridaya, meaning the heart of horses. That means the psychology of horses. I know it very well. I am the best in the world. So I can handle horses very well. If I drive a chariot, the horses will run so fast that it will look like flying. It will reach much faster than when it is driven by any other person. So I am an expert. And I have other qualities. I am very good a very good cook. There is a saying, Nala Paka usage. Someone who has cooked a dish excellently, it's called Nala Paka. And he said he also has knowledge about other things. We don't know what it is. And there were already two men employed by Rituparna. One was Bahuka, another was Varshneya, who was Nala's own charioteer, Nala's own horseman. And Nala was made their boss. And Nala continued living there. But at night, every day, Nala used to, when left alone, before sleeping, he used to weep. And he used to sing a couplet, which I shouldn't say Nala, Bahuka. Bahuka used to sing a couplet, which meant something like this: wherever does that innocent woman, hungry and thirsty, spend nights? He meaning the Damayanti whom he left behind. Where is she now? I left her when she was hungry and thirsty in the middle of forest. Where is she now? Then does she ever think of that fool? Meaning himself. He was a fool to leave Damayanti. Does she think about me? Then whom does she serve these days? That means, is Damayanti still alone? Where is she? Is she being protected somebody? So he used to cry singing this couplet. And one day, Jivala is it's not Bahuka. Jivala and Varshneya. Jivala asked Nala, about whom are you crying? Then Nala didn't say clearly, but said, see, this song says there was a man and he married a girl. They were good husband and wife, and foolishly the man left his wife in the middle of the night in a forest. And the man cries thinking of his wife every day. So this is that song, like something like that he said. Now, after Nala and Damayanti was thrown away by Pushkara, when the news reached Bhima, Damayanti's father, he was worried. So he sent people to all places, all kingdoms. Normally, for such purpose, they send Brahmins, because Brahmins have access everywhere. They go to a palace and the kings normally receive them well, not as beggars, but as honorable people. They are messengers from kings. So they have access everywhere, and they could meet even queens and princes. They don't show the women in the palace. They don't come in front of strangers unless it's a relation or this is real need. So they have access even to women. That's why Brahmins were sent as emissaries, and King Bhima promised them, if you get any news, either of the Nala or Damayanti, you don't have to bring them. If you heard anything about them, for that news I'll give you hundreds of cows as reward. So they were very eager to get some news. One Brahmin by name Sudeva reached this Chedi kingdom where Damayanti was living, and he could go into the palace, and he met the queen, and there he found a woman who looked very beautiful, very charming, but she was wearing not the clothes of a queen or a princess, but torn clothes, and she herself was not, she didn't appear good, she looked sad. But Sudeva had met Damayanti earlier, so he remembered the features. She looks like Damayanti, but it's very different with torn cloth and looking sad. So he went back to what is called Damayanti's mother and told her that I met one woman. No, before that he meets Damayanti. We will come to that. Our time is up today, so I stop here. We shall continue tomorrow. Namaskaram.